Hello, Aries. Welcome to your April 2024 reading for the month. My name is Aries. Welcome back to my channel. If you have any questions, suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments below. This deck that we're using today is the Hoodoo deck. I forget the name of the artist, but I'll put it down below. So yeah, let's get started for you. It's been odd. I've been picking up on almost different perspectives of the same story, and I'm halfway hoping that this is different for y'all, but let's just see what we've got here going on. All right, let's take the heart of the Two of Swords. Ooh, somebody's not listening to nothing. Two of Swords at the start here. This has been the month for, I'm telling you, the last few months, and it started last year, but since January, people have been not listening to nothing, common sense or anything else. This was in your challenge. The not listening party might be you, Lord. Let's see where we go. Opportunity here. What's your opportunity? And your advice. Yeah, it's you, Aries. It's you, Lord Jesus. Okay. All right, Aries. So you got this Two of Swords at the heart of the read, right? I don't know why this is funny, but I'm about to find out. So you got the Free Man and the Page of Swords. It's in your challenge position, and I see why. I get it now. It's like you're unable to see, observe, take in new information because you want to do things your way, which I don't want to get into like the cliche stuff around Aries, but it's not about your way. It's deeper than that. This is more about you're afraid that if you start listening to other people, or that if you start opening yourself up to other people's advice or opinions or even the circumstances, right? If I open myself up to constraints, then I won't be free. And this is really fascinating. I mean, it's almost painful to the degree that it's because what you're afraid of is that you're afraid that, again, if I allow myself to acquiesce to the constraints, or if I allow myself to open up to the possibility that I might have to do things a little bit different, I could lose my freedom. I could lose my sense of self. And I'm really interested in knowing a little bit more about that. In your opportunity section, this is, I mean, this is the Eight of Cups that's been showing up in so many of the other readings, along with the Four of Pentacles. Your opportunity here is to walk away, or I don't want to keep saying walk away. Your opportunity here is to let go of this identity as must be free, gotta be free, must be free, gotta be free. If I can walk away from that, I can stabilize my life, because underneath it all, there is like a level of, there is some like low level chaos going on here for sure. Either within people, or people, people around you, or within yourself, or within like your day to day. It's chaotic. And this Four of Coins is talking about stabilizing that, and not only stabilizing it, but protecting yourself. It's like the exact protection that you're trying to muster up by just not listening, not observing. Protecting your freedom in this way, it's actually saying if you allow yourself or submit yourself, surrender to the situation, you'd actually end up with more protection for yourself. This is way more energetically protective than I don't want to know, I don't want to see, I don't want to hear, I got it. And what they're saying is, now this has come up just now. This Son of Knives is particularly famous in the Hoodoo deck for walking up to a church and laying somebody out. Okay, we'll put it like that. If you continue, okay, down this path of, I got it, I don't want to know, I don't need to know, I'm going to protect my freedom by not observing or not listening, there is a very good chance that the people that you're not listening to could ruin you, take you out, whether that's your reputation, whether that is your sense of identity, perhaps in a work environment, or in a relationship, your sense of stability. There's an aspect of life, and this is very, very difficult, but there's an aspect of life where you have to balance your needs against the needs of other people. And you've gotten where you are. We all have gotten where we are by having support from other people, whether we call them ancestors, we can call them roommates, we can call them lovers, friends, community members, family, whomever. We don't get to where we are on our lonesome. And you've gotten to a position, or you've gotten to a place because other people perhaps have elevated you, or they've protected you, or they've inserted themselves or nurtured you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And these same people now are asking you, hey, or telling you at least, hey, you got a situation here, or hey, let's do this, or hey, you need to look out for that, or be cautious of this, or let's work together on that. And you're saying no. By doing this, you could end up putting yourself in danger of not only losing those people, but having those same people turn against you. Okay, so be very careful about that. And your advice, you've got the daughter of sticks and the ace of coins, is beautiful here. Okay. There's a sweetness to this. Oh, this is so lovely. There's a sweetness in life that comes from like embracing it. And I think that is what they're saying. The advice is to embrace the sweetness of life, to move away from this, whether you call it an identity or whatever, to move away from this need to be on your own, to do things your way. If you move away from this, you move away from a hard life into the soft life, right? It's the exchange. If you're willing to listen to what other people are saying, if you're willing to take advice, or it feels like with this Two of Swords, the interesting thing is that there's a level of intuition involved here where you've almost given yourself the same advice, or the same caution or whatever that everybody else is already giving you. All they're doing is repeating or echoing to you what you already deep down know, but you don't want to pay attention to. And the interesting thing, Aries, is that with this, you start us off. You are our, the pillar, the beginning of the zodiac year. You set the course for things. And so if Aries is saying, I want to do what I want to do, I want to be free, I want to kind of do, whatever, that means that everybody else is set off course. And I'm kind of mad that I didn't do this one first, because this is what I've been seeing in the other readings, that there's something so profound about your leadership capacity and your leadership energy, Aries, that it's actually affecting so many other people around you. And I don't even know if you know. I don't even know if you know how powerful, and I don't mean that in a cliche new agey way. I don't think that you know how powerful you are. And you walking away, this Eight of Cups and the Four of Coins thing, you more yet this, right? By you shirking your responsibilities or shirking your duties or saying, I don't care, I don't want to be bothered, I want to do my own thing. You being that leader, if you fail in this, where does that leave the rest of us? Right? So here we go. And I know it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot. That's I think where this other thing is coming from, right? It's like, I don't want to be bothered with all of this responsibility and leadership shit. It's like, I don't have time for this. I want to Netflix and chill just like everybody else. I don't want to be engaged in this. I don't want to have a level of responsibility in this, because once I start being responsible, I'm always responsible and I don't want to be bothered. But the thing of it is, the path is the path. It doesn't change just because you don't want it anymore, just because you're tired of it, just because you're over it or whatever. If you don't take advantage of it, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Oh, I love this. Guardian angel. You are not alone. And what I'm getting from this is that your protection, one, comes from higher power. You don't have to do all of this to protect yourself. You don't. Higher power has you, right? Like that's what this is for. And you having faith and leaning into that And leaning into the people around you will actually give you more protection than what you imagine is available to you. The other thing that comes up with this is that, like we were talking about with the leadership thing, you are the guardian angel. You're supposed to be somebody's guardian angel, or you know that you are. There's something about this leadership thing. You're like, I don't want to see it, I don't want to know, I don't want to see it, I don't want to know. And it's like, baby, it is what it is. You got the oracle. And yeah, there it is. So we talked about this Two of Swords coming in, and you already hearing your intuition, knowing what it's telling you, knowing what's going on, whether this is your inner intuition or somebody else echoing what you're already knowing and hearing for yourself. You know what's up. You do. On top of that, Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. At the bottom of all of this huff and puff, you know, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna say what I want, I'm gonna do how I feel and all of that. This need to protect yourself comes from a lack of faith in love. That there are people around you who are trying to protect you or who are trying to love you, and you insist that they are enemies, but it's not the case. At the bottom of all of this is the deepest fear that you're not loved, that you're not protected, that no one is looking out for you. And nothing could be further from the truth. See what else we have here. What Monology has to say about this. This is rough. Oh, and I see, okay. This is exactly what this Ace of Coins is talking about, right? Prosperity lies ahead with this Taurus energy, which is also the stability that came through in that Four of Pentacles, right? You being able to walk away from the need to protect your extreme freedom or your extreme need to do things on your own. If you walk away from that, this is fantastic. Prosperity lies ahead, right? With that Ace of Pentacles. And then the conclusions are within reach, right? So we talked about this a little bit before, where that low level chaos and you're just like, oh, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I know it's this overwhelm, this emotional or psychological overwhelm is the best way to say that. This psychological overwhelm can be overcome by you laying down your swords. And again, allowing yourself to be loved. This is a wonderful energy for relationships. So even if you've been thinking the person that you're with, like, I don't know if I want to be with this person. I mean, aside from deception and abuse and all of that, if you're with someone and things are difficult and you can't really figure out why, it is likely that this person is trying to love you in a way that you don't quite understand or you're not familiar with. Simply because they're telling you something that you're not used to hearing or you don't want to hear or whatever. But they're trying their best. They really are. So, Aries, that was a bit tough, but I think at the end of it, at the bottom of all of it is just fear. And it really is going to be okay. It is. It is. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave it there for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, of course, like I said, feel free to leave them in the description, in the comments below. I also do personal readings consistently. So if you would like to make an appointment, there's a link in the description below as well. So yeah, other than that, there's a pick a card coming out later on this month. If you'd like to see that, you're welcome to it. And I will see you all again in the next one. Bye-bye.